All of you magikarp lovers out there, which I know there's a lot of magikarp lovers out there, this year has probably by far the best year for magikarp and the best era for magikarp because we are actually seeing one of the first ever magikarp cards going for over $100. If you don't know what I mean, well, today's video is mainly going to be focused on different news of the Scarlet and Violet era, such as increased value in the Morty's conviction in less than 1 day, bringing it to almost over $100, and Magikarp going over $100. And we also have brand new news about pre-sales of Crimson Haze, aka in English, Twilight Masquerade. So we have a lot of news to talk about today, so make sure to grab your popcorn and I hope you enjoy. Right, now we're going to be talking about new Pokemon news that we've gotten and other stuff. So here we are, the Magikarp. Magikarp was one of those cards that actually turned Pokemon around, I feel like, because when we first got our hands on this Magikarp, saw the design, we were absolutely in love with it. I absolutely love the detail to this. We have never seen a Pokemon card quite like this that we've seen before. So this is one of many kind of cards that I really enjoy from this era. So, illustration rares, I think, brought Pokemon back. And the weird part about this card was this was not just one of those random cards you could find anywhere. This was a super hard card to pull, and it even beat Iono a year after its release. That's right, this card is more than the Iono. It's like $30 to $40 more than the Iono SIR is. It's going for about $79 for the Iono SIR. This is going for $106. This card was not one of those that would go down and stay down like many of the other cards. This card would be one of the most high-grossing, most high-valuing cards ever, where the value would not just stop. When you thought it could not get any better for value, that's when Magikarp decided it's going to go up even higher, which I absolutely love that we now have an official Magikarp card that may bring Magikarp back where we want more of these, and maybe Pokemon will see it. So, we have a Twilight Masquerade booster box going $105 for a pre-sale. So, pre-sales means that's what they're going for before its actual release. So, we've talked about many pre-sales before when we talked about Temporal Forces. We talked about how those cards were going for about a pre-sale. So, that's kind of like how that was. So, now we have a fight between Morty's Conviction and Iron Crown. Iron Crown was the longest card ever for value-wise. Like, when it came out, it was, like, the most highest card for the past, month almost? And that's when Morty's Conviction came up to $91 last week, in 1 day only. So, I think last weekend, or right before, this past weekend, it went up to $91. So, this card was actually about, 80-some bucks. It was and at one point, it was only a couple cents higher than, Iron Crown, which just tells you how much they're going, back to back, head to head. But that's not how it is now. So Morty's Conviction is now officially $91.81, almost $100. It went from only being $30 to being over $92. Now I do think that this is over. It's just basically the community scamming us. Because, again, people really wanted this card to be the most expensive card in the set. I do get why, because there's a lot of people that love Gengar. So people seeing Gengar's, their card that they wanted not to be expensive, they decided to make it that way. So they kind of sabotaged the community by making that the most expensive. So yeah, I don't think it was meant to be the most expensive. Therefore, I don't get my hopes up for a long run. Here are some Twilight Masquerade SIRs. We got the Purrin. Now, the Purrin is another beautiful card, another beautiful photographer card. We've never seen one quite like this. Kind of reminds me of Erica's Invitation with the kind of grassland type vibes with the background. But overall, it's a pretty interesting design. Then, of course, you got the Hoosin Growlithe, which is another very beautiful looking card. I do love its design. It is very magnificent. I think these might be some of the most high pricing illustration rare cards, because this set does look absolutely fantastic for design purposes. So I think this card is one that you should definitely value in. I think there's a lot of cards I will make videos on from this set, because there's absolutely no reason to why these cards cannot do well in the long run. So seeing this in the long run might actually help out the community. Then we got the Cameround. Is it Cameround? This is another illustration rare, another beautiful one to add to my collection when I get my hands on it. I don't think a lot of these will be the most expensive ones because, like I've said before, we've seen a lot of the illustration rares from the temporal forces not go for that much when they were not that much either in Crimson, in Cyber Judge and Wild Force. So I don't really think we'll see too much of it. Then we'll be seeing the Greninja EXSIR. This card I am absolutely going to chase by far. All the SIRs in this set look pretty damn promising for good value. So I think at the current moment, no, I would not value a lot inside the Greninja. Again, because like we've said, this card kind of seems like Charizard. But again, I know it's not Charizard, but it kind of reminds me of it. Then we got the Eevee. I know my family, when I show them this video to see what they think of it, I know they're going to be probably crushing on this card because of how cute it is. A lot of people love Eevee. Don't get me wrong, I love Eevee too, but do I think it's a little bit overrated? Yeah, but I do get all the hype because, again, Eevee kind of made the Umbreon the most expensive card, so it carried that card along. Then you got the Infernorape illustration rare. I think this is going to be one of those illustration rares that carries Scarlet and Violet for the rest of its eternity. So I feel like the rest of Pokemon exist until the end of the world getting destroyed by a black hole. This card's going to be carrying that for sure. So we'll Pinsir illustration rare. This is another illustration rare that just blows my mind away. The fact that Japanese cards can look so much better than English cards, and Pokemon just makes so many bangers after bangers after bangers. They have not made one bad banger since Obsidian Flames. So that just tells you right there that this set is going to be one of the better ones to invest in due to all the hype this set has been getting. Then we also have got this Apple Pokemon. I forget what his name is. But the coolest part about this is the Pokemon you're seeing on the screen is actually the design of the Pokemon. It's an apple. So making the Pokemon have an apple tree as being an apple is just so much better than what I ever thought. I absolutely love the recognition, the thoughtfulness, the creativity that goes into making all of these illustration rares. It's like those are like the ones we've never seen before. And I absolutely love what they're doing for them because it seems like they're doing a lot more than what they should be doing. Another normal EX. I can't say the value right now just by looking at this because usually I can, but I don't know. It's Darkrai EX. So we have not gotten a Darkrai EX at all for this era. So seeing this card go for, I don't know, like probably $10 would be pretty decent and pretty promising. So I think seeing this card right now, half its design is already off the half, design is going off onto like the borders and stuff, which is cool. You've got the Blood Moon Urshiwana EX. We've talked about this card on the channel before, where he's getting the honey out of the tree. It looks like a tree stump with honey coming out of it. Then you got all those other Pokemon looking at him. I love how dark this Pokemon looks. It's great that we're finally getting dark, nightmarish Pokemon cards because it feels like they've always been so cute, so making this one seems very promising, 100%. Here's one of the cards we're going to be talking about. I just realized this is part of a new Japanese set coming out on next week, I think, Mask of Change. This is coming out in Japanese April 26th, so I don't know if it's like a Japanese exclusive set, but we'll be getting that one. This is another temporal, it's another Twilight Masquerade. Is the Lana's Assistance. We have not seen a Lana's card that has been, a special card in this set since the release of, it was part of one of the cards, Lily, but this is Lana, so like a lot of people were pulling her instead. So it's great that we're finally seeing her come back. We haven't seen her since the Sun and Moon era. So thank God we're seeing her come back. I think her comeback is gonna be great. Then we got this is it Mask or something? Is this Ogerpon or something? I don't know if this is Orgapon or Poltergeist or whatever his name was. We talked about him on the channel. We showed you some special illustration rares, and I think this is one of them that I showed you. That video got, 500 views, which is really good. So this is another EXSIR. I love its design. It's pretty unique. We've never seen something quite like this. Would I buy it? No. But would I buy it because I like to collect them? Yes. It's not one that I would most likely buy, but still. So we've had people pull Lana's Assistance SIR. We've seen people pull the one we just showed you on the camera before. And now we're going to be getting to other. So the Teal Mask Orgapon is also getting special illustration rares. I don't know how you think about them, but these are the 4 ones that just got recently leaked to be SIRs. Now, I don't know if this is going to be for Mask of Change or what, but they still look pretty cool for SIRs. So there might be a set I could buy. And then you also got the Tail Mask Orgapon, which are going to be releases for Temporal, I meant for Twilight Masquerade promo box for the ETBs. So Pokemon Center, we already know, go for a lot of money, $92 for the Pokemon Center Temporal Forces, $83 for the Pokemon Paldea Evolved. Another one that just came out, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, $81. Another one going for about $76. Even another one going for $75. Other ones going for about $62. We're also seeing like another one going for about $55 for the Pokemon Paradox Rift. So the Pokemon Snorlax going for about $37. Miraidon $23. We're also seeing the Koraidon going for about $14, so not as much as the Miraidon. The Mimikyu only going for about $5, so that already tells you it's not one of the best ones. The Twilight Masquerade, not even released yet, $150. The Squirtle, which is the most expensive, $151, which is $90. So let's get to the final news, the Mask of Change set. So there's going to be so my opinion, before we end the video off, got our final topics, so it's going to be like another 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So basically what I'll be saying is my opinion on all these newest, like the Magikarp and all that. Like we've said, it's all happened so fast. Over like a week period have we gotten other illustration rares, special illustration rares, price differences, price drops, price rises, new news about Obsidian Flames becoming popular again. I know, it's crazy, it's weird, it's dumb. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely understand what you mean by dumb. I feel you, I understand you, I know exactly what you mean. But the thing about this is, I like the fact that Magikarp is getting recognition, but what I don't love about it is the fact that when you get someone's hopes up, and you let them down by value decrease, for like what the Magikarp might go through in a couple weeks period, is going to be absolutely devastating. Because a lot of the people that love Magikarp, and gets to see one of their favorite cards go up in value, would be the best dream for them. And then when they see it plummeting, like most cards will do, now don't get me wrong, what we've seen for many of the cards, like the Charizard EX, from Obsidian Flames, value from this to that, it's just, it's very, very sad. I mean, it's likely to happen for Magikarp, because it's likely to happen to all Pokemon cards at one point. But the craziest part is, what we thought would happen to Magikarp, what we saw happen to all the other SIRs and illustration rares, we have not seen for Magikarp. Yeah, it may have went down, but it didn't stay down. It went up, like in a couple days, and it stayed there. And recently, it hasn't went down, it just went up. So it went from like what, $90 to 106 in like a couple of days. So it hasn't went down below 106 yet, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I love what they're doing for Magikarp. I think it's great for value, but do I think it'll stay? No. What's my honest opinion about Mask of Change or whatever? Well, we're going to get to those cards. And our final part is of celebrations. And yeah, the cards are going for a high price. So anyhow, I think that this set, Twilight Masquerade, could have a chance somehow. I don't know how necessarily this set could do or how well it will do, because like I've said before, we've seen many sets that has done increasingly well in value and design purposes, and for fans loving it. We've seen 151, we've seen Paldean Fates, we've seen so far I think a little bit of Temporal Forces, not so much Obsidian Flames or Paradox Rift, but we've seen some sets in this era that a lot of people have been crushing on, like Paldean Fates. And I think a lot of people are only liking Temporal Forces mainly because of the Morty's Conviction and Bianca's Devotion. So, do I think this set... I mean, I love the illustration errors that we're going to get in Twilight Masquerade, but I don't think, and I don't see this set lasting at a value that a lot of people would think is necessarily good. Because what we'll probably see is let's see, Blood Moon, Urshalana, the Orgapon, and all these are probably going to stay at about $20. The rest of them are going to be about, what? I don't know, Landis Assistance, maybe, at best, at Lucky, at a Miracle, at an Angel, talking down at this card. It could be, what? I don't know, like, $150 at best. I don't see it being anywhere up above it, nor do I see it actually hitting that. That's just my highest expectations for it which I do have high for Atlanta's assistance. Most of the other ones, they've got great design, but we've seen so many great designs for the past couple of years or months of sets, and we have yet to see a good value increase or decrease, or well, increase, or have we seen anything good come out of those few hard-working cards. So I don't think we'll see much, because I think it's kind of unfair for Pokemon. It's unfair for us, it's unfair for the cards, it's unfair for Pokemon. So, all honesty, no, I don't think this set's good for investment at all, because it is such a wonderful set. So far, I'm looking so forward to it, but I just don't see it coming out as a good set in the long run. I just don't. There's so many. I mean, 151 will stay the best set because value is still up there and is still increasing and increasing, and so is Paldea Evolved increasing and increasing. So, mainly because of the Magikarp for Paldea Evolved and the Mew for the Paldean Fates and the Morty's Conviction for the Temporal Forces. Do I think this set will go up? No, because there's not any of the Pokemon that we want to see in this set is actually going up. I think for sure there's no, because when we look at it, the Urshiolanda, no one's ever wanted that card. No one's ever wanted it. No one's ever wanted all these Orgapons and all these cards. Most of the sets that have increased in value have cards that people love, like iconic Pokemon. This set doesn't have it. So saying that this set's going to do well in the long run is saying a little bit too much, as it hasn't even released yet. So it's hard to tell. So let's get to, well, the final part of the video, celebrations. Because we'll get to Mask of Change in the next video. We'll make it extra long for that one. I decided to add this part in the video, which we already know what this is. It's the Mask of Change. So another illustration where you're going to see is, I don't even know the name of this, but it looks absolutely beautiful. It looks like if Cluffa actually had a good design and actually went right. And this is the card right here. Beautiful, beautiful. Then you got this one, which I absolutely love the design that this gives. It gives me the Pidgeot EX Special Illustration Rare vibes from Obsidian Flames. So yeah, it looks absolutely cool. It looks fire. It looks promising. It looks decent. I don't know if this is actually like another name for like a second part to the set, Crimson Haze, but whatever. This is another one. Timidur, illustration rare. Him carrying the logs. That looks so beautiful. It's coming out April 26th or April 29th, whatever. It's coming out next week or next weekend, April 26th. So another brilliant looking card for illustration. So I don't know if this card's going to come out anytime soon, like if this is going to come out in English or it's just like a Japanese exclusive set. I don't know necessarily, but I do know, look at this. You got the Chansey with the club with like, well, what's the other version? Blitzy, you got Blissey, you got Chansey, you've got Bellsprout, you got Psyduck. You've also got Snorlax sitting in the background, so you already know this card's going to go for a hell of a lot of money. Excuse my language. I know I shouldn't be cursing, but that's the truth, though. That's how I feel like about this card. It's going to go for a lot, like about $100 to $200. Oh, a PSA 10 of a Celebrations that's not even worth that much is going for $30. The Rockets admin is going for about $35. The Blastoise well, that's fake, really. The Mew is $75. The Celebrations Gem Mint 10 is going for about $200. $500 for a complete set of the three main, starters, Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Now, Gem Mint 10 I can understand, but cut it down to about $200 as it's not even worth that much. Even 10 Gem Mint 10 for all of those is probably not even worth $300. That Blastoise is like $59. The Mewtwo is $45. It's not even worth that much. The freaking Umbreon Gold Star 25th Anniversary promo card is $86. You got the Blastoise $55. You got the Mew EX $45, $54, $57, $40 for the Sacian V. Pikachu V is $20, $60 for the Blastoise. $30 for the Tapu Lele. The Mew EX $35, $65, $79. Heck, $700 for a Gem Mint 10. Low Serial PSA 10 Celebrations Charizard. Bullcrap. That Mew, and look at the Mew, It's that Mew right there. It's going for about $45. Low pop. How in the world is it a low pop? You basically pull that every single pack you think of. So what the freak are you talking about? Low pop. Then you got Xerneas, which is $95. The Venusaur 42, Blastoise 55, Rushiram is 30, 225 for a Gem Mint 10 of the, like, see what I mean? 36 for the Charizard, 65 for the Venusaur, $80 for the Venusaur, $30 for the Sassian. The Pikachu, which is also gold plated, that's like the most expensive one, so I could see $500 for it. But 500 still is a little bit too high. But Gem Mint 10 I can understand. Rocket's Zapdos Celebrations is $30. So right there just tells you, like, automatically they're scamming the community by making the value more higher than what it actually is worth. So the value they're giving these cards in Gem Mint 10, they're just basically abusing the Pokemon system as we know it. So is it abusing the Xerneas and all that. Like, look at that. The Pikachu's 1,100 for the 59. See what I mean by abusing the community and, like, the just buy everything? You're making them spend, what, that much when it's not even worth that much. A Mega Rayquaza. A graded card slab in a PSA 10. $111. Now tell me how the freak are you going to get someone to pay that? I know someone will, but that's disrespectful. $35, $40, 35, 600 for all three. Blastoise, 115 ungraded. Oh wait, you see? For some reason it says PSA 10. It's not even PSA 10, it's in the top loader. So unless you count that as a PSA 10 in a top loader, literally that's not even true. You got the Charizard for 1,800. $33 for the Gardevoir. $33 for the Garchomp. $33 for the Rocket's Abdomen. Charizard is 185, but it's like a 1.0 star rating. 5.0 star rating for a $35 card that's probably not even worth a buck. And so much on. So let's get to what they're actually worth ungraded, and then we'll end the video. Alright, look at that. Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection case is 1,398. But card-wise, the Metal Charizard is $86. The Classic Charizard Celebrations is $77. The Metal Pikachu is $31. So right there automatically tells you that, yes, this is going to be one heck of a lot. Like right there, 76, 31, 25, 13, $9, $9, $7, $5, $5, $4, $4, $3, $2, $2, $2, $2, $2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So all these PSA 10s should not be anywhere near the value they're at right now. This already automatically tells you. And how is a code card $95? Tell me how that's 95. That's so much. Not $95. 95 cents. How is that 95 cents for a freaking code card? Surfing Pikachu VMAX is $1. 85 cents, 77 cents, 73 cents, 62, 61, 56. 61, 56, 56, 44, 41, 40, 37, 37, 33, 30, 27, 26, 24, 24, 23, 22, I'm at 21, 20, 20, 19. Like I've said, 18, 18, 18, 17, 17, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 13, 13. 12, 12, 11, 8, 7, 5, and out of stock for a code card again. So yeah, like I said, very disappointed in value. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on tomorrow or this weekend. New vlog coming out with shoe reviews. Now